Yes. That's the sound of the show. It's What's Up Big Rapids. I am your host, Chris Jane.
And I'm Pat Brooks.
And before we even get into it, we just want to let you know that no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what you look like or what you've done, you are a loved and valuable member of this community. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so proud of you. And we will try not to waste even a moment of this precious life that you've been given,
Yes.
right?
We appreciate that. We always do. We appreciate subscribes, likes, comments, all that. All the socials. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah,
Love
thank
it. Thank
you,
you,
guys.
everyone.
Thanks for all of the local detectives that are giving us the scoop.
Scoop.
You know what I mean? We've outscooped the paper a couple of times.
times.
Yeah, I love that. Like when we're the first people to the scene.
No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
No
It's
big
just
deal.
what we're trying to do.
You probably even seen the reels after everybody else already reported on it anyway. So
That's right.
there's that.
Yeah, even if we're late, we're still going to tell you.
Yep.
We're going
That's
to do
for
our
sure.
best.
How you doing?
Good, man. Really good. What have I been up to since I saw you? Oh, we had a great weekend. The Big Rapids Drum Circle kicked off their season at the Bandshell.
Season. There we go.
That's what I like
it's
to call
drum
it.
season,
That's
baby.
what I call it because I'm too lazy to try to do it in the winter time very much. I sort of, I
Drumming
kinda
outside in the winter is probably
hermit
cold, though.
crab. I just tuck myself into my little shell and stay away. But no, now that it's warm enough, the Big Rapids Drum Circle will be at the Hemlock Bandshell. It's behind the middle school, actually. We call it the Hemlock Bandshell, but it can feel like it's not really in the
Over the
park
bridge there.
because you got to walk over the bridge.
Yep.
But that's every fourth Friday at 6 o'clock. So if the weather is good, that's where they'll be. And in case
Mark your
you're wondering, group drumming has not only just thousands of years of background to it, but it has a bunch of proven health benefits.
Yeah.
And it's just good for you. It's a good time.
Community.
Yeah, it builds some community.
Yep.
And I love it. Every time, I'll be honest with you, I always have this doubt as I'm carrying all the drums out of here, out of my
Not
out
heavy,
of my
but
space.
just big.
There's a lot of them. Some of them are heavy, man.
I'm sure,
and and so I always, it takes me, a couple of hours to sort of put these on, and I always wonder, is anybody gonna show up and even want to drum?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was packed. Every seat that we brought was full. Every drum was played, and honestly, it was a bunch of people that we hadn't met before.
awesome.
So we made
Word's
a whole
getting
bunch
out
of new
there.
drummers.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Loved it. Everybody had a great time. That was Friday night. We had it was kind of just a musical weekend for me. The band that I play percussion for, Handed Giants, has a bunch of stuff to get ready for.
Had a photo shoot.
Did you see us out there?
I seen a photo in
okay.
front of Quinn's or something, and I thought, look at them.
It is never
album cover.
I know,
something.
and it's never feels cool to have to pose for.
No, it does not. It does not.
And they never even really turn out that cool.
Yeah, right,
You know what I mean? Like we've all seen band photos that you kind of know what it looks like. But anyway, we had to do it because we've got a bunch of really cool stuff that's sort of starting to line up,
awesome.
and some gigs to play. And so we got to.
You got to put your photo on the posters, right?
Yeah, exactly right. They you got to have something. So, and besides, Bud Greenman and I were newer additions to the band, so there were no photos of us. So anyway, we did that. Back to rehearsals, had an amazing time. It's the most talented group of people that I've ever played with.
Cool.
So, awesome weekend for me. How about you?
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we went and seen Sinners on
Oh,
Friday
you did?
night. Yes,
Yeah.
the old Michael B. Jordan,
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler.
I don't know that name.
He's the director that did like the Black Panther movies and stuff.
those are good.
Yeah, and he's got a long line of great movies. But
And so how was it?
It was good. It was. I think everybody was 10 out of 10. I think that's more of the lack of good movies that are actually coming out more than anything. But it was a great 9 out of 10, 9.5.
Was it? Is it scary? Is it?
It is a vampire driven movie. And I'd say more gory than anything.
It is gory.
Yeah,
That's what I was
there's
getting
some
at.
gory
Yes.
parts.
So maybe
that's
not-
why it got the rated R.
Yeah.
But from a cinematography standpoint, he used a lot of the same set directors, costume directors, all that kind of stuff from the Black Panthers, which won awards.
Yeah.
So and I think that's great. A lot of the film was done in IMAX camera, and that isn't done all the time because it's expensive. And so I watched some fun little breakdowns of it. And it's a great film, though. It was Michael B. Jordan was awesome. It's got a whole laundry list of actors that you've seen before. that you just, secretly, oh, I love that guy, and that was it. I loved it. I think the family loved it.
Good.
We went to AMC.
Yeah.
Kick the seat ups. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's kind of our go-to.
Love the recliners.
I might be, I don't know. Yeah, this weekend. Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's some blockbusters starting to come out now.
So we'll probably put Thunderbolts here on the calendar hope maybe by Sunday. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, worked on the house and got some yard work in. It's that time of the year outside of today where it's nasty out. But
yeah, no kidding. It's already getting away from me a bit. We're falling behind on it. But and this weekend it's coming up. I think I'm going to be at a conference for Rotary, presenting on a panel, and then
that's fun.
Yeah, kind of. I hope it is.
Yeah.
I really hope that I don't head back being like, boy, that was a waste of time. But usually, honestly, whenever I can get around a group of like the best Rotarians, it's usually like the best people from the community.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's not a waste at all.
It's good. Anytime you can bring yourself around those types of people, that's a win.
Yeah, I'm trying to meet some, get some inspiration and
learn some.
Yeah, learn some.
Maybe
stuff.
meet somebody cool. And no, we'll be doing yard work again. And speaking of citywide trash pickup.
There we go.
Yes.
All right, guys, we didn't forget about you. We're back to the show. Pat's not going to talk anymore about Michael B. Jordan or Michael Jordan or any other Jordans.
Or
Michael Gordon or anybody
Jeff Gordon.
else. Anyone.
Anyways, citywide pickups. We got flyers. Most of us got flyers in the mail May 8th, and they're picking up everything. There's a laundry list of items.
When is that, Dom? What day is May 8th? Because today is May 1st.
Today is May 1st, yes.
If you guys don't know, we're recording this a little bit late this week, and I have a feeling it'll get up even later.
May 8th would be 1 week from today.
1 week from today. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
available bulk items to pick up: grills, basketball hoops, furniture, computers, stereos, mattresses must be wrapped, mirrors must be wrapped. There are unacceptable items, which would be anything you would imagine that the dump doesn't want to take. Batteries and Freon. And
where can they find the list?
I got it from a flyer from our Republic Services of the City of Big Rapids. I'm sure somewhere on the website or on a Facebook page they can have it. We have it listed in our hallway too.
So Thursday,
the 8th, and also
8th.
May 13th as well. So the 2 pickups on bulk items.
Okay, May 8th and May 13th.
Clean the city up.
Check the site to find out. I don't know if they're doing different zones or if it's the whole.
It looked like it was everything.
Oh, everybody can do it.
Yeah, I don't. Whenever, I mean, they're just picking up trash.
Love it. And you know what? Take advantage of the opportunity, guys, because dumpsters are not cheap.
No, they're not. And they will charge you for those extra items, too.
Yeah, honestly, that's true.
It happens to us all the time.
Right.
Yeah. It sucks, but sometimes, and we're coming to that season. It's move-out season, right? I mean, it's you're starting to see people getting their photos taken up by the post office and in the alleys and down by the river, and Ferris is graduating,
Yeah,
and
you're
so it's going to be a lot of people leaving. That means a lot of trash is left behind.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they're kind of planning it right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know that'll be a busy time for you guys. Probably have a lot of people moving out, people moving in.
Yep, we got a lot of moving parts the next couple of weeks, that's for sure.
Well, got some other stuff going on around town. I wanted to give a little review of Taco Frida Cantina.
Oh yeah,
we hosted an event there this week. It was a trivia night. It was awesome.
What night? Tuesday?
Yeah, it was Tuesday night.
Okay.
We had a trivia night there at
Did you win?
Taco Frida. Actually, you know what? I did win, and I think it was just all down to just the quickness of just making guesses as quick as possible.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to talk about we're going to be doing it regularly, and the next one that we do, we will make sure you guys know about so that everybody's invited to it. This was sort of a test run.
The trivia nights.
Yeah, we had like 20, 25 people there. We wanted to sort of shake it out. So if you guys have not been in yet, the old Raven location, which was the old Peppers location, which was the old Auto Parts location, if I'm not mistaken, way back in the day. But anyway, most recently it's been the Raven.
Fatty C's, and then it was
No,
Light
you're
Touch.
right. Oh my gosh.
It was a couple things recently.
It's like my brain just shut off. We all think of it as the old Raven, but I had completely forgot that after the Raven, it was Fatty C's.
Come back, Fatty C's.
I know.
Go back to your spot. We miss you.
I'd love to see him in a mobile type situation.
for
Be
sure.
able to do it that way.
Yeah, we do miss you. Just
Yeah.
a heads up.
Yep. And then it was light touch tattoo.
Yeah,
My
for
goodness.
a brief moment.
How
Yeah.
quickly things change.
But anyways,
now it's Taco Frida.
it's back to the Raven vibe,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Kind of
I'll
a
be
little
honest,
bit.
I think it has its own vibe.
I like that. There you go.
I was really impressed. They've painted the interior in this really exotic way. They've got like greenery hanging from the lights. It's a vibe that is different from anything else we've got in town. It's kind of feels kind of nice. Feels kind of higher end.
Feels like something you find in a different city.
And I thought it was kind of quiet too. They're not like I always thought the Raven was kind of loud.
Yeah, music sometimes is a little up there.
I don't know if it was just the time we were in there or not, but it was nice and quiet. People were having great conversations and meals, and there was a bunch of people in there. They took great care of us. We booked the like that back upper room.
Yep.
A lot of people don't even know it's there. It used to have like a couple of pool tables.
I feel like they used to put bands and stuff up
Well,
there too, right?
they have that upper space that they used to put bands in. Right now, that's just sort of like a sitting area. But behind it, there's a
I've
whole big
never
room.
been up there.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't know, but there's a good sized room in there. You could have, I'd say, you could probably get close to 50 up there. Maybe
Wow.
not. The fire marshal might disagree with me, but we had 25. I felt we were super comfortable. I think you could easily get 50 people.
And it's
up
like
there.
a private room up there.
Yeah, it's private, and they took great care of us. We expected that we would all get our own food and drinks from the bar, but they insisted on taking
that's
top-notch care of us. The staff was great. The birria tacos lived up.
That's
to
what
the
I
hype.
hear. I hear the birria. That's the only one I had, or not the only one, but the one I didn't get is that one I should have.
Well, I don't know what birria means exactly. But it's catching on.
Look that up.
It's really catching on to me. This idea. My brother Rob
I'm
introduced
taking
it to
a taco and dipping it.
Well, no, I don't. I think it's that they take the tortilla before they make the taco. They take the tortilla and they put that in that. They put it in.
Yeah.
They put it in some sort of a
We gotta know that
sauce
process.
or a something.
I
right?
thought it was just yeah.
And then
yeah.
they build the taco, and then it's sort of it's a bit crispy.
Yeah, they like fry it.
Yeah, it's fried.
To fry it crispy to make it a hard shell.
And
basically.
it's shredded meat and cheese all folded together. That Gruyere.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
I had Gruyere on a burger the other night.
Dude, I'll take Gruyere anywhere.
For sure.
God, last time we were talking about
Keep it in your
donuts.
pocket.
Last time you and I got together, we couldn't stop talking about. I'm telling you, get a couple of former fat kids together.
Right.
We're just going to
Oh
talk
my
food.
gosh.
But the birria tacos were absolutely delicious. They give you free chips and salsa when you sit down. They have a big drink menu. Their food menu is simple and kind of limited. They don't have a huge menu. They keep it real
Couple
simple.
options and
Yep, but big drink menu, full bar.
lots of different margaritas. My favorite thing was the skinny Rita. Like you talk about the
course.
previous fat kids.
Yeah,
like some
you gotta make good
margarita, but when
choices.
it's
You got to make good choices.
400 calories. That's tough. That's
why
a lot of sugar.
That's why your boy only drinks like dry red wine.
That's
That's all I can do, man. I can't be, I can't
I
drink
hear you. I hear
anything else. You get.
It's nice to have another option downtown. And you diversify what is down there. You know?
I want to let you guys know if you haven't tried it out, don't worry about any other reviews but this one. Okay.
This one.
I mean,
You could have
seriously.
read the same thing on their Facebook. I'm sure somebody said the same thing.
Oh, good. I was gonna say because you'll get mixed reviews on anything, but I think that they're doing a really great job. It's something we don't have in town. Anything kind of quite in that niche.
Right.
So
and it's quiet. And
Yeah, it's another little
and
spot.
It's a different vibe. So
yeah,
if you're
we'll
looking
definitely
for-
be hitting them up again.
Speaking of new, we forgot to mention last week, and I totally forgot, as we always tend to do. Luckily, this isn't event driven. Paris Auto moving into the old
that's right.
Marvell location.
Yeah, we want to welcome that business.
Glad
I
that
feel
lot
like they're
was
already locals,
Right.
but they were able to, I think, at auction buy the old
cool.
Marvell dealership location.
Yep, right there
Is
at the
that-
corner of State and
Right
Maple.
where State Meets Maple. Yeah.
Most people know the corner. They've
Yeah.
seen it most of their life with cars sitting there.
And you know what? It's been very depressing to see it sitting there empty.
For sure.
I don't know why, but it's like it doesn't feel good to see it empty. And now there's, it's filled with cars again. It's great.
There's some nice cars too. I drove
Sure.
by yesterday, seen 2-3 nice cars right there up front, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But they're good ones up front. No,
That's what you got to do. Those are the show. Those are
the show cars.
Yeah.
The money beats.
Those are the money beats.
Yeah, that's
That's what
Love
gets
it.
them in.
that's good.
That's
No.
exactly the reference I was reaching for. Don.
Yeah, I
Thank
love
you.
that. No, but welcome. It's nice that that they can have that opportunity to expand.
Yeah,
their-
next
their
time you
servings
guys
and offerings.
drive by, you will see that there's a nice big bright sign on the front of that building now. It says Paris Auto Sales. So welcome officially to town. Hey, can we talk about that new bookstore?
Yes.
We kind of broke that news as well, that there was potentially a new bookstore on the east side of town, but we didn't know a lot of details about it. But we do now. The guy who owns it and started it reached out to us. It's called Pixies and Pixels, if I'm not mistaken.
Pixies
I could
and
be.
Pixels.
I think it's called Pixies and Pixels, and which leads you to think of like kind of fantasy type genre, and then video game type stuff, maybe, right? Pixies and Pixels, but
That's over in the Trailside Crossings.
thank you. I
Yes.
can never remember
Trailside Crossings.
what that plaza is called. It's by the old Arby's.
Yeah, it's right there, tucked behind
By the old Jack and
Curry,
the Bear.
the Curry's car wash. Right there
by the
out
old,
front.
by the car wash. Yeah, it's that plaza over there on the east side of town as you were kind of heading out on 20. And yeah, it's called Trailside Crossing. Anyway, Pixies and Pixels, a new bookstore that is that's in that plaza, and
It seems like based off some of the photos I seen, things like you would find like Catan there, right?
I think so.
The games
Yeah, yeah.
along that line.
Could be.
Maybe some murder mysteries. I've been into some of these kinds of bookstores.
yeah, like recently we had that
game
bookstore that
stores.
popped up on the east side. It was called Foda. No, Tofa.
Tofa Games. Yep.
Tofa Games, and it was sort of a bookstore / gaming supply store for those kinds of games. But as far as I can tell, they're not there anymore. So anyway, this might fill that niche. He sent us a bunch of pictures. They've got video games. I'm guessing that they're for rent. Maybe they're for sale and for rent. You'll have to go check it out. Got books of different genres, different age groups. I think he's even got other kind of items in there that might be of interest to you guys. So check it out. Just a new, cool, niche little store there. I know they've got like snacks as well. I can't remember.
Yeah, 605 South 3rd Avenue, Suite F.
There you
Looks
go.
like Monday through Friday was the hours. I just had them and I lost them, of course.
That's all right. As we get more information, we'll get it out to you. But that's it. 605 South 3rd Avenue, Suite F.
No hours.
Pages and Pixels. We weren't even close.
Pages and Pixels.
It's called Pages and Pixels. All right. Cool logo. Like a dragon sleeping on top of some books.
Anytime you can add new options, I appreciate it. And the video game selection really caught me off guard because I was expecting like you heard bookstore.
Yeah, bookstore.
Somebody kind of told me about this it looked like it was being put together and maybe you should look into it. And they said bookstore. And then I seen PlayStation and Switch and Xbox games. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So there's options.
Well, you know me. I'm always rooting for a dreamer of any kind. Anybody who has a plan like this because, in this day and age, they know that'll be it'll take some time to get some
a niche
traction.
market,
It's a bit niche.
Yeah.
But I love it. And hey, readers are leaders. So
in unfortunate news, it was a lot of buzz the other day, but a lot of people kind of come to realize that Jack's Italian Bakery is actually up for sale. I thought that would kind of caught some people off guard. We talked about it off air a couple weeks ago, but
it's been for sale, I believe, for the better part of the year, if not maybe 6 months or so, maybe even a touch more. But it is official now. There's a sign out front, and
yeah, they are still in. They're cooking and they're ready for you guys every day. It looks like they've sold out the last couple days, so Keep supporting
Good
them
for
while
them.
they go through this transition. But it is a good opportunity. It's a good spot. I like that.
Great
It's a
spot.
great spot.
If you have a dream, I would love to see somebody just because my go-to bakery was Van Brocklin's, which was in that spot before. If you guys don't know, Jack's Italian Bakery is on Northland Drive as you head north out of town. It's right on the curves before you get to the muffler and brake places
Napa
there.
and all
Yeah,
that. Yep.
yeah. It's a really great spot. It's kind of right across the street from the river, essentially.
Corner of Rose.
Yeah, corner of Rose. And Van Brocklin's had the best donuts in town, I thought, and the best bread as well. Now Jack it seemed like he had a real exciting, idea to kind of step that up. I mean, if you're baking bread, why not bake pizzas, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Bring that part to it. And I wonder if if that part of it made it unclear as to whether that was a donut place.
Are you still making donuts for me?
Is it a donut? Is it a morning donut spot, or is it a lunch spot? Is it a dinner spot?
It did seem kind of confusing if you ever talk to anybody and they're like, "Hey, you ever been in there?" Yeah, I grabbed a cheese roll up, and I was like, well, cheese roll up. I didn't know they had those, and then I go on and I look around. They got the pizza,
but you'd have to take it home and bake it, and that kind of thing. So it's a little bit different business model, and but again, he had a dream. He gave it a shot, and they've got it up for sale for $260,000. I'm thinking that includes the equipment.
It says it can be sold with or without the current equipment.
And so you want to double check, but because honestly, that might not include any equipment at all. That might just be what they're asking for the location. But I think it's his intention to sell everything so that somebody could sort of have a turnkey operation.
There's a lot of bakery equipment in there.
Come on,
too,
ladies.
So.
And some of my gentleman friend are making sourdough bread that looks artisan.
Yeah.
Somebody out there, one of you guys has got a dream to make delicious,
we need a fresh bakery here, man.
I think we have a couple.
Bernie's does a great job of serving that need, but this area needs 2 or 3 or 4 of them. I know breads and all that are kind of.
Plus, where will those 5 or 6 guys go and have coffee and chit chat?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I love little spots like that. Yeah. And I don't think it would be too crazy for somebody who's already got sort of a bit of a bakery business going to maybe this is the next step.
Another location for them or something like
just
that.
The next step.
Or that too,
out of
was it Don? Were you telling us about the one that sells it down the honor system or something like that?
Yeah, there's somebody who sells sourdough bread just off the end of their little birdhouse.
Like how people sell wood?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Huh. Here you go.
Yeah.
This is for you. I hope you watch this video. No,
If you know the person who sells the sourdough bread, you should encourage them by this location.
Yes.
Expand.
Yeah, be great to maybe even get a couple people partnered together and took over this spot. Who knows?
Well, I seen they just they had a new bakery. We did a ribbon cutting or like a grand opening with one in Morley, and that was off a branch out of Lakeview. Bakeries, if well supported and a clear message of what they're trying to do, they can kick it. Find enough connections and who you can give bread to help service this restaurant or this restaurant. Find a couple spots like that, and then
French pastries and sourdough. They can call it sweet and sour.
Hey, what's the name of that one out in by Canadian Lakes?
Conley's. Very good donuts.
Very good.
Yes, we'll have their donuts actually at the chamber outing.
Doesn't take anything away from any of the other. I think there's plenty of room. We're the fattest nation on earth for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on.
I'd still try to cut corners, and guess what I had for lunch? A sandwich. Yeah. So there's still a need for bread.
Maybe we can talk about something we can do to get a little exercise.
Yes. I just was going to say Conley's Donuts will be at the chamber golf outing.
Yeah. Chamber golf outing.
Speaking of, yes, the chamber golf outing will be
May 21st.
Yep, and we are taking team sign-ups. We had a meeting this morning to verify there will be prizes, Mimosa Bar, and Bloody Mary by Big Rapids Realty.
Oh yeah, they always do that, don't they?
There's great prizes that will be given away. There's going to be a Legends sports memorabilia silent auction this year, so you might be able to purchase a autographed jersey or something along those lines. So there's that there. But yeah, it's at Clear Lake this year.
So registration is already open. It's $400 per team, $100 per golfer. And on the day, May 21st, registration begins out at Clear Lake Golf Course at 9 a.m. and tee off is at 10. And besides Big Rapids Realty, the Pioneer, the Peaks, and Silvernail Realty all sponsored that event. So good on you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for sponsoring the 2025 Pioneer Group Mecosta County Chamber Golf Outing.
It's a mouthful.
I am still.
Every time I
think I'm available to golf. I'm not a bad scramble partner. If somebody needs one,
Yeah.
I'd be willing to jump on board a team. I just don't want to be responsible for putting a team together. You know what I mean? It's too much.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Maybe like, the Rotary. Maybe a Rotary wants to do a team. Maybe Elks, right? That's a good group of guys.
You know,
that
the
might wanna
Rotary.
golf.
We typically always put a team into the Ferris. I think it's ladies basketball and
I think I know. Yeah, I remember.
there's an outing that supports the Lady Bulldogs.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
That we typically always put a team up for. But yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
Who knows? There's friends out there that also are looking for a team, and they're the ones that avidly watch us. So maybe they'll be like, "Hey, Chris, you said you wanted to."
There you go.
Yeah,
hey,
we have a team, so we will be there.
I'm not that great, but I'm a pretty good. I'm a pretty good addition to a scramble team. I'll
If not,
I'll
you're
carry,
a good
I'll pull
time
my
for
weight.
a day, right?
Yeah, and if
And
not, I'll be fun.
You eat hot dogs at the turn just as good as the next guy.
That's right. That's right. So that's the chamber golf.
There
outing.
are also tons of other outings. So if you have a charity you like to support, this is the outing stuff is going out now.
And we'd be willing to promote those for you if you send them to us. Unfortunately, I went to a few of the golf courses' Facebook pages, and I couldn't see a list of events.
Gotcha.
I thought it would be easier for me to say, hey, here's when the sheriff's office is doing
Which is
their,
like next week
I was
or
going
2
to say,
weeks,
here's
yeah.
when the sheriff's office canine golf outing to support the canine department's going. Here's when this one is. Here's when
Wise one came across my table the other day. Lions Club.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Right, the
sports
Elks,
outings.
as
You
you
just
mentioned.
mentioned the Ferris Girl. I mean, there's so many golf outings. Send them to us.
Send them to us. At the very least, we could put something on the page and share it that way.
Share a
You
flyer.
can reach us at the What's Up Big Rapids Facebook page or whatsupbigrapids@gmail.com. We do check it, so send it in. All right. Appreciate everybody who has been sending in. Like I said, the little bits of information and little insight.
It's nice.
little
It
inside scoop
adds
on
to the
stuff.
show. I mean, we've said this since week one. There's no lack of things to talk about, but we will talk about whatever you send us too.
That's right.
So
yeah, give us some good info, and we'll make sure to share it.
one thing I did see, farmers market's coming.
Oh yeah,
Spring is here.
right.
It would have been an awful farmers market day today with all this rain we were getting, but
Another week.
next week, that means it's not going to be here next week.
Yeah. So, guys, May 9th, that's next Friday. That is the kickoff of the official Big Rapids summer, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because then we get the music kicking off.
Yep.
I don't know if the music is going to start next Friday or not.
It does not.
I was going to say they probably will wait a bit.
I got May 30th for Pocket
Okay.
Park.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yep.
So, but the lot. Have you been to the farmers market since they moved it out of City Hall's lot?
It's not as close, unfortunately, but I think the flow was much better.
I agree. You can see everything better and,
Yep.
and easier. Yeah.
And my thing with farmers markets, I do this a lot, and this isn't to offend or not come back, but I will. Hey, I'm gonna go price match your cucumber versus this cucumber, and I'll circle back around. And this allows for that.
It's
you know what
easier now. I
It's
totally
easier.
agree with you. I used to do that too. Like, if there'd be various vendors there, I'd be like, yeah, this is, I kind of might want this, but I don't want to carry it.
I mean? Right. That too. Yeah.
And then I wouldn't end up being able to circle back because they were so spread out.
Right.
So-
Or I have $13 cash, and that's all I'm spending today. How do I spend it? A circle allows me to kind of make better decisions with
Tell
that
you what
$13.
else I love about it is that the library or Friends of the Library or whatever that group is has their own little enclosed trailer that they can open up and sell books out of.
Yep,
I
very
love
cool.
that.
Yep, and it's nice to see all the local vendors, and the salsa guy will be there, and the fudge guy, and
The corn-
the
the popcorn guy
corn,
and
and the
all that, yeah.
fish, and cheese, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm
Well,
looking forward to it.
I don't know why, but I think my kids have picked this up from me too. I like buying, used books. I like.
There's a story. There's a story that's in the book.
Every time I go by
that
there, I
comes
have
with
a
the
hard
book.
time not just sort of cruising through and seeing what I could get for 50 cents or $1 that might be able to change my whole perception of life. That might change everything I knew. That has happened to me so many times. Books that I bought.
People think you're joking, but you're being very honest.
Not at all. I can tell you the first time it happened. I'm not going to because it'll just make me sound old and like a weirdo hippie. But sometimes just one idea can change how you look at things. So I encourage everybody.
You never know. Stop.
Pause
for a second.
Take a look. It's in a book. The Reading Rainbow.
We're gonna get flagged.
I can do. It's all right.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
I haven't even heard that in years. So
Me neither.
I'm impressed I can remember that much.
I'm
of it.
impressed.
Anything. It's all right. Yeah.
Dom also knows. He was tapping his
I'm
foot.
a huge.
You
LeVar
just
Burton fan.
called a whole generation of people. That was the war
we're
cry,
old, buddy.
That's right.
We are old now.
Now time for your viral moment.
Yeah. We are old now, gang. Okay.
Well, speaking of old books, I seen a garage sale the other day. I just wanted to say that real quick. I feel like is that one of the first signs of spring?
That's what they say. What
first-
is it? Let's see. The leaves and then the garage sales, right? It's
yeah.
like those are the two signs of spring.
Robin's coming.
Robins, leaves, garage sales.
Yes.
Those are the signs of spring.
No,
Yeah.
I seen that and I'm like, oh my gosh. It was nice for a little while, so I can imagine somebody wants to hurry up and get ahead of the curve.
I'm seeing a lot of people posting stuff for sale online. I'm thinking maybe things might be tight. A little bit tighter than
It's possible.
than people want to be.
I've done yard sales a couple times, and a couple of those times were because things were tight. So I get it.
Hey, if it's always good to just declutter, and if there's anything that I'd really love to change as I get older, it is to be less of a consumer.
A hoarder.
Well, I try not to be a hoarder. I mean, I do have a lot of stuff, but I'd like to become more minimalist. Yeah, I don't mind having items that are that are useful, like
Like a drum.
like dozens, like dozens and dozens and dozens of instruments. But yeah, you're right. I mean, couldn't I get by with just maybe a couple?
Well, you run a drum circle.
Well, not those, but the rest of them. I mean,
right,
what is it? What's a guy need?
I'm trying to
dozens
help
of
you,
guitars
man.
for and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to become less materialistic. I would like to pick clothes that I like and that are that feel good
timeless.
and that are and that's
You
right.
can-
And then just stick with them.
Uh-oh.
And just try to
That's hitting him.
waste less. Try to
Reading Rainbow.
Basic.
Basic.
I learned a lot.
Basic Nike
from LeVar.
Monarch.
Yeah.
Dad shoes with the polo, jean shorts, tube socks. There it is.
That's right.
I can see it.
Uniform.
It's a uniform.
I'd be willing to.
At this
gonna
point,
go-
you've earned it.
He's going to go all Jack Reacher. He's going to have the clothes on his back and a toothbrush in his pocket, and that'll be it.
You know what? Siobhan and I are about to start Jack Reacher. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm
I've heard good things
excited
about
about starting it. I've liked all the other variations.
Who's the actor?
I don't know, man. I don't want to know. He already is intimidating without me even watching the show.
Don's got
He's
it.
super handsome. Looks
got
like a super stud. Like there's nobody he can't take out. Kind of a
He's
thing.
not from Big Rapids, so I heard they were canceling the prom for a purpose. It's a bummer. We actually were pretty excited. We got tickets to it.
Yeah, it's going to be 80s themed.
80s. It was You got to pick right 70s, 80s, or 90s.
That's right. You're right. It was a decade.
I was going to go with the 90210.
Oh yeah.
The Miami Vice.
Yeah. Do you know why it got canceled?
I do not. I
it's
just
a
seen it
bummer.
was, and Jeremiah reached out and verified that it is canceled, and that was being put on by Leadership Acosta, so there has to be some kind of reasoning behind it. But it's a bummer. You like to see those things.
Yeah.
Jeremiah did say that it was an idea that they really, really liked that was brought to them. And even though it's not happening, look for it to happen in the future at
That's
the
right, 'cause
Peaks,
it's a good
because
idea.
it is a really good idea.
Really good idea. Something maybe we can, put on our calendars to sort of look forward to instead is Summerfest.
That's right.
I don't know if I've mentioned it on the show yet, but Summerfest in Big Rapids has traditionally been an end of the summer party. And it kind of ends up kind of rubbing up against the Labor Day arts and crafts
show. Yep.
and which has grown and grown recently.
It was awesome last year.
I know. I think it was fantastic. There was no need for us to have Summerfest and then that
like a week.
And you know what? It was Summerfest was awesome too. Summerfest last year was great. We had condensed it. In the past, Summerfest has stretched from, say,
is that Pine?
Well, yeah, from Pine to down the other side of the old, or where Light Touch is now.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I can't think of what that
that's
street
where the bank's
is.
at right there. Yeah, I can't.
But basically, all of the those sort of blocks of the downtown area. And last year, the whole thing went away and during COVID, and then we brought it back. And last year we condensed it to just so that we didn't have to block off the street, so that we didn't have to block off Maple Street.
Right.
So now it is just from
north of Maple.
yeah,
right.
Maple to the city hall.
Yeah.
And all the parking lots and stuff. Car show. We're doing like a car cruise in. So if you so you don't have to feel like it's a competition. If you want to come and show your vehicles off.
Very cool.
We're gonna have a cruise in that day. We're gonna have bounce houses. Working on a cornhole tournament. The guy who normally runs that for us has a crisis because, of course, we've changed it now to be a beginning of the summer kickoff. So as soon as the kids are out of school, kind of a thing, we're throwing this party June 7th. That'll be a Saturday from like 11 to 3, kind of a thing. And
generally around that time.
Yep. So 4 hours. We'll have food vendors. We'll have games. We'll have arts and crafts type vendors, all that different thing.
Yep.
I wanted to make an invitation to anybody watching. If you want to be part of Summerfest, let me know. We've got plenty of room for you to put up a little booth about your business or your passion project, or maybe a craft you've made, or a book you've written or something like that. We've had all sorts before.
For sure.
I'll have a little tent there with some drums. I'll be doing a little bit of drumming with some kids.
I think we'll be around. We don't have anything for that day on the calendar yet.
So you guys usually do something cool out front of your place. Yep.
So you say June 7th?
Saturday, June 7th. That's Summerfest, downtown Big Rapids. It's going to be a great party. Come out and let us know ahead of time. Yeah, have a good time, but let us know if you want to
kick off summer. Man, I'm excited.
That's right. We've got 3 or 4 things this summer, and I like the way they're sort of spaced out. I think it's going to make more sense for everybody.
We're going from a splash pad to Summerfest to, I think, a couple weeks after that, it's a fun block party that's downtown. Summer's going to be popping in Big Rapids. Farmers market
from your lips to God's ears, my man.
Go.
I'm telling you, Big Rapids has got some opportunities coming up with the new revamp of Hemlock Park. It is so nice and clean down there. The splash pad is going to be open May
25th, 26th,
something like that. Towards the end of
26th,
May,
I think. That
will be official. The water will be turned on. It'll be official.
Go splash around.
And the new park area is super nice, super clean. Kids seem to love it.
Yep.
It's all the stuff that you need without any of the extra stuff,
the slivers
or anything else.
Inability to see your kids.
That's right. It's a great space. There's plenty of
people. I've seen people asking online, why did they do this? And that was a time. Sometimes it's
for good
better
reasons.
to just
there's
replace
a lot of
things.
reasons. Not a small one among them, just the cost of lumber today versus when people used to build those lumber-based
that
things.
Was definitely a big
it was way different today. To replicate something like that would be pretty cost prohibitive. Plus, there have been just scores and scores of incidents where that's not the best design. While it's fun to climb on, kids will climb on anything.
Yeah,
and
they really
for parents, safety is a little bit more important.
And
so that's going to last a long time. And they're not done. I believe there are more items to be added, seating and things like that. So that area is going to continue to be improved, and I'm looking forward to it. And the pickleball courts are never empty these days. If it isn't raining or dark, or school hours.
We
You
had
know what I mean?
we had volleyball on Sunday and walked outside in between our sets, and there was 20, 30 people out there on a Sunday afternoon. Just going at it. Almost made me want to go get mine out the trunk, but we were playing volleyball. But yeah, I did see this spring summer pickleball starts May 5th. This is the Big Rapids Pickleball Club summer schedule.
Wow, that's cool. I remember them kind of having that before.
This is Monday 8 to 10, put on by City of Big Rapids Parks and Rec Group. Monday 8 to 10 open play. Tuesdays 5:30 to 7:30 at night. And a ladder league seems intense. And then Wednesdays they have open play in the morning and in the afternoon.
I was going to say that seems kind of odd that they would have, weekday play during the school year still, but it just says no public play during the school year between 11 a.m. and 12:45 p.m.
When the kids are outside, I'm guessing.
Oh, interesting. So after 12:45, there's no more recess or something, eh?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Is ladder play like a ladder match in wrestling?
I don't think so.
Don't think so? Okay.
No,
Probably not.
I don't think so.
not probably. Definitely.
The average
Definitely
age
not
of
the same as a ladder match.
The average age of the league is about 67 years old. So I don't think anybody's climbing. They're probably not even allowed to be on ladders.
I mean, it's probably like if it would be, it'd be a footstool.
And I'm just
league.
teasing, guys. You know I'm teasing. There are a lot of really incredibly athletic young people that just destroy me every time I go out there.
Good save, Chris, since your wife will probably be out there.
Yeah, well, she brings the average age way down, and they all think she's a kid because of her, her
bubbly personality,
her perfect skin and bubbly personality, and jubilant, her jubilant demeanor.
I just thought it was kind of cool, a club to play pickleball. Man,
I love it.
Volleyball's over with, so this is probably where we'll start to pivot.
You know what, buddy?
Did not do well in the playoffs.
Maybe you guys can get me out there a little bit more. If you and Brandy will come, I'll go out more because Siobhan always wants me to play more.
I like that. That Tuesday league is very intriguing. I wonder how many people are showing up for that.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do
the
it,
ladders, tables, and chairs league.
if you want to do it, let us know, and maybe we'll go out there with you and give it a shot.
Sounds good. I also, real quick, I run across this a couple weeks ago, but I couldn't track it down. Me and Dom tried looking it up. We couldn't find it nowhere. But there is the Wise 5K Fun Run and Walk. This is at North End Riverside Park on June 3rd. It says, in the details it says June 3rd, but it definitely says May 31st. Yeah. And the date on Facebook says May 31st. So let's shoot for May 31st on the walk, folk.
Well, I tell you what, May 31st and June 3rd cannot both be Saturdays, right?
No, they definitely cannot.
So
according to calendars.
It shouldn't be too tough for us to determine.
I would assume
June 3rd is a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's May 31st.
This is a typo right here, but May 31st. This is $30 for adults, $20 for students, free for children 10 and under. This is a fundraiser for the Wise.
For Women Infant Services, right? And so it's at North End Riverside Park, which is really cool. I like when a race starts out there. They usually have a decent little path for you. Are there T-shirts or anything?
Looks like some prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says race shirts will be mailed if you participate virtually. If not, you'll get them on race day.
Oh, this is one of those that you don't even have to be there for, huh?
Yeah, you can do a virtual
to
support
really cool.
Wise, for our late snowbirds, the ones that wait until end of May to show back up.
How's your cardio, bud? Do you think you can do it? Because I do this if you guys wanted to. I've done it before.
Dom has been trying to talk me into a 5K for weeks now.
I need to do something.
He ran next to me the other day just to kind of we're doing this.
Yeah. Never known Dom to be a particularly fast runner. He's in good shape, but I don't know you to be a runner much.
Well, not to brag.
Yeah.
Have
you marathoned?
I've half marathoned. Yeah. My first 10K, I was 20th in my age bracket.
Woo!
7:39 for 10K. That was my average mile.
Really good, buddy. That's great.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I think that's as good as I ever did at my.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I was a.
Not to brag, with that smile.
I was never fast.
He clearly looks like he's bragging.
Yeah, this is not to brag, but his hand is like literally. Yes.
Anyways, this is
Anyway, this sounds fun, and I seriously,
could be.
I'd be willing to sign up and do it. Let me see if maybe Siobhan wants to do it with me. She's training for a marathon. You know, we've half marathoned a bunch of times.
Oof.
Never
Kudos to you
marathon.
guys.
I had it on my bucket list to run a marathon before I was 30. Well, that didn't happen. Didn't happen.
All right.
And now I'm 43. You know what I mean? Not even 40 anymore, and still haven't run a marathon. So
You want to know what was never on my bucket
well,
list?
Bud, when you've done a half marathon, there's just no.
That's the only way to go.
There's no reason for you not to just check it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's if
I'm
you're
going to start with a 5K. It may be the wise one. It may be one well beyond the wise one. Who
After
knows?
we did the last half marathon, I told myself, that's it for me in long distance running. It's pointless. There's no point to it. I don't have the time. A 10K is good enough. You know, 5 and 10K, that like running for an hour, that's plenty long enough.
And you don't need to do a lot of training for a 5 or a 10K.
You can run you can run 30 minutes to an hour on a pretty regular basis and feel pretty great.
Yeah.
To train for marathons,
Yeah.
you basically got to say, okay, family, I love you guys.
I love you guys.
You know, on the weekends,
So you're like
your
you're in a band.
your long runs are going to be hours and hours long. You're just, you know, yeah. So
When you have kids and own a business and, you know, enjoy watching sporting events and all those things.
but you know what?
On
when
the
you-
same,
when you
like
can
I talked
say,
about
hey,
getting
listen,
back
I'm
into
a
video
person-
games this morning with somebody.
I'm a person of discipline. I've completed a marathon.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like that's something that is that's a quality. It's like having
That's
a
an accomplishment,
degree.
yeah.
It's like saying I was able to complete something that was hard that most people don't.
They
do.
can't take it away from you.
Yeah.
Whether you walk.
What was
or
that
not.
quote recently? I'm probably going to get this so wrong. Somebody asked. I bet I'm going to be wrong about this, but somebody asked the first woman to run a marathon in X amount of minutes or whatever it was. They asked her, how long does it take the average woman to do it? And she said, the average woman does not run a marathon. And I think that applies to anybody. You know, you could ask anybody that, you know, like, oh, well, how long does the average guy do it? The average guy doesn't do it. The average person does not undertake something like
Definitely
this.
not the average American
And
either.
so when you complete it, I mean,
Yeah, that's an
you've-
accomplishment.
yeah.
That's for sure.
You are in the less than 1%.
Whoa, less than 1% of people complete a marathon. So there you go. I've always had this theory that if something's hard, you will actually feel even better for doing even a little bit of it. You know what I mean? Like for instance, if you are going to
Like
run,
you're trying to pitch me on this run.
I am. I'm going to convince you. If you're going to go for a run anyway, and the weather sucks, and you go out and run in some bad weather, you feel 10 feet tall. You feel like you did something that was way harder than what it was. You go out and run in the wintertime when no one would even think about it, but you go out and do 1 mile at a 12-minute pace, a terrible mile, and you still are like, ugh. Your blood feels great. Your skin feels great. Now, I'm preaching to myself here, not just you, buddy. I'm telling myself this too because, you know, I'm trying to psych myself up to get back out there and do it. But yeah, when something is a little bit harder, the reward is that much greater.
Yeah, I get that.
Come on.
All right. All right.
Come on.
I think some What's Up Big Rapids tank tops to run together.
You know, I have got a Chris Jane Sells Houses one that we used to run the long races in. That's a Chris Jane Sells Houses on it.
That's
we could
pretty
do
cool.
a What's Up Big Rapids one. It would be cool if we had a logo.
Yes.
A better logo. Do we have
Please
anybody
make
out
us a
there
logo,
that's an artist?
someone.
Are any of you guys
Anybody.
artists? Do you draw?
Doodle.
Can you sketch us like a little logo of like a cartoon of him and me?
Caricature.
Like with What's Up Big Rapids? Like a little caricature and a little logo that looks cool that we can use. Maybe we'll put it in, we'll create a video, a little video intro out of it or something. But don't make us use AI, guys.
We'll put your name at the bottom.
We'll give you credit on the show.
Yes. You will be in the credits.
Before long, we're going to start giving credits at the end of the show because we've got, besides our super producer, we've got another, an intern helping out with some production work as well. We want to give them credit. and
designers.
Yeah, and we got people that have
anybody
helped
wanna
us out
help.
along the way. So if you want to be part of the team, we will we'll make sure that you get credit for it. I'd love to get a better intro outro video, but I haven't had time to create one myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Love to
music, any kind of drops.
know.
If
all of that.
all of it.
We're using stock clips and stock stuff that I made years ago for some other project. That's what we're using. So hey, plenty of room to join our team.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff going on, but I think we're kind of up against it. Kind of tap in. I seen that there's Gus Mackers coming around town. Most people don't even know that, as close as Lakeview or Newaygo, bring back the Gus Macker, Big Rapids. Everybody loved it.
It was a lot of work, though.
It was.
I mean, it seemed almost impossible. It seemed like the hoops you have to jump through to put on a Gus Macker in your community make it.
Lakeview's doing one.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we've done a couple, but yeah, that was just the word I heard was that it's like they make it really hard to do.
We'll be going to the Ludington one this
Cool.
year. We normally attend that one. The oldest has been hooping forever, so it's just kind of been one of the ones that we go to. So we enjoy Gus Macker, but I seen that on there coming in the area. I also seen Blessing of the Bikes.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of the
next
fun
week?
a lot of the fun community stuff that people are sort of used to is going to be kicking off soon. All the parks are opening up for the summer, and the Blessing of the Bikes, and
Is there Blessing of the Jeeps?
Is there Blessing of the buggies or
I seen
side by sides?
Yeah, it was a side by side thing.
I think it might be Blessing of the side by sides, but Blessing of the buggies sounds better.
Yeah,
It does.
I think it was actually that's what it.
Oh, good.
The event
I was going to
said
say
was buggies.
if not, you guys can take that idea. It's all yours.
Yeah, go ahead. Not trademarked.
I'll tell you the best thing I saw on the internet this week, though, was a question posed about man versus beast.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
See if you can pull it up for us while I'm talking about this. But essentially, the question was posed: could 100 men beat a gorilla in a fight? And I don't know why this caught fire the way it did, because you had sent it to me. Yeah, scroll up. That's even good enough right there.
Yeah, this works.
Here's what primatologists say. The latest debate to tear through the internet. Isn't that a wild thing? That
100 men.
We are all so easily distracted.
We are.
That we can, that we'll all just take time out and just be like, oh, let's put a pin in what we're doing.
Everybody promoting this, too. Like, I seen Mr. Beast. I hope not trying to compile 100 men.
Oh, my word.
Give him Mr. Beast.
Do not let that guy actually try this out.
Right.
Please, somebody. The authorities will need to step in. You
just so
cannot
we
let
know-
men fight
I don't care what you,
monkeys,
but
chimps.
my favorite part about the 100 men versus the gorilla is everybody compiling their lists of like who they would pick.
Which men?
Chuck Norris
Oh, my
and
word.
John Bones Jones, UFC.
I just thought you
Undertaker.
I thought you would probably want to get like a 100 of the
LeBron
guys in there,
James.
20 to 25-year-old UFC fighters. I can't think
That's
of
probably the best bet.
I don't know who else would be better. 100 like
one
Tibetan.
gorilla would
What about
demolish.
Tibetan monks? Have you seen their training?
I have not.
Where they make their bodies stiff.
Oh
on the,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
like
or like
Shang-Chi?
samurai
I don't know.
type stuff.
Maybe
yeah.
not.
But I don't think there's any chance. I saw a video this morning that someone had ran a simulation of 1 million men.
Like an AI.
Yes, versus 10,000 gorillas.
1 million men versus
1
10,000.
million men versus 10,000 gorillas, and the results were awful. I don't think they lost a single gorilla. The men were destroyed. It didn't take all that long.
I worry about 1 versus 100, 1 versus 1,000 men. Gorillas, I don't think people understand what a gorilla could do to you with the amount of damage it can take. You're not going to hurt it.
Yeah, not with your bare hands.
No, it would.
Yeah, I'm not
chuck
really
ya.
sure. In the video, the men were flying everywhere. It wasn't good at all. They were just being thrown around. Now, what will the internet bring to us next week?
I don't
Is
know.
what I can't wait to find out.
It's good to know that we still have this in us, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Or we can get a bunch of our best minds
we
to
can get
start
caught up
thinking
in
about a problem.
Saratoga and banana peels, or
Yeah.
gorillas, silverback gorillas.
Silverback gorillas.
I love it.
Well, on that note, I think we have exhausted our our time for and our audience's patience for the week. So let's kick it over to Dom and see if we've got any corrections or additions.
Jack Reacher, Alan Richtenson.
Alan Richtenson.
Yeah.
That is
I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but
it's not an attractive name.
You know,
for such an attractive
him
name.
versus a gorilla. That 100 Jack
of him?
Reachers
This guy?
versus a gorilla.
Yeah, 100
Yes.
of that dude.
Versus a gorilla. That would be something.
He is a gorilla.
He is. The splash pad opens May 24th is the ribbon cutting at 11
You were
a.m.
close.
Yeah.
You said 23rd and 25th.
The Nuego is doing their Gus Macker July 19th.
Okay.
Plenty of time for that one.
Yeah.
If Nuego can do it, Big Rapids can do it. I'm just putting that out
Yeah,
there.
It's they have a really good chamber.
And Chris, to answer your question, the average time for a male to finish a marathon, 4.5 hours.
God, it's so long, dude. Isn't that so long?
4.5.
Can you imagine, like, okay,
I'm gonna come in
start
under
running,
average.
Start running right now as fast as you can. I want you to just keep going for 4.5 hours. And that's the average. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
I might make it home. How far is a marathon again?
26.2.
Yeah, that's home. That's fast.
It's a
That's
hike,
well
man.
past, you know.
I mean, it took me...
That's Pearson.
It took me 2.5 hours, I think, at least to do a half, maybe 3. So I think it would take me probably 5 hours or longer.
I don't know, man.
To do a marathon.
That's 5K sounds more than enough. And this one, what was
Yeah,
it?
you
A
can be
fun
done in
run.
25 minutes,
It sounds,
30
sounds
minutes.
great.
Even if you're slow, you know, even if you walk it, you know, you can be done pretty reasonable amount of time. So there you go. Let's get some exercise. Let's do something good. But what else, bud?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Great. Well, then that's all we've got for this week. Before I let you go, I know what we say. That's What's Up, Big Rapids for this week. I'm Chris Jane.
And I'm Pat Brooks.
And remember, kids, kindness is contagious. That's what we say. If you want to make a change in the world, you gotta kind of be that change, right?
That is true.
So get out there and do it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to be inspired by you. All right? Dom, hit the music.
Until next time.